Hey, retro video game friends. Thank you very much for joining me again for another episode. We've got some pretty big news again coming out of the video game grading space. It involves CGC, the parent company, and I guess it's Certified Video Games, CVC or CVG, I'm not really sure yet. But anyway, we'll talk about it in just a second. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button, the like button, little tappity tap on the notification bell if you could to help us grow out this channel. We're closing in on 200 subscribers, which I'm really excited about. So thank you very much for being here and talking about all things retro graded video games, vintage graded video games. All right, on CGC's website, they have been promoting that they are going to be grading video games. This is nothing new, but they have made a hire, and this hire in particular is Matt McClellan, and his official title, it looks like, is Senior Video Game Grading Finalizer. I'm just looking at the article the way that it's written here, and it says Matt McClellan is an authority on video game authenticity, condition, and rarity, as well as a passionate collector. It looks as if he has a background running an independent video game store, and so he's been collecting, but he's also been on the selling side as well, and being able to kind of look at those nuances that are going to be important as far as grading video games goes, because obviously there is a lot of nuance with the productions, whether it's first print, third print, eighth print, etc. So all of that stuff is going to be very important, and he is going to be working to build out a team there at Certified Video Games. I'm not sure how they're going to, Certified Video Game Guarantee, I'm not sure what it's going to be, but I am going to post, I think I've got a picture of the kind of a logo that they've got that looks pretty cool. But this is a big deal because right now you have WATA really kind of dominates this market. Collectors Universe has bought WATA. You do have VGA as well, and a reputable company, but they, I would say, are second right now to WATA as far as just resale goes. Not that that's everything. There's going to be people that just prefer VGA over WATA for sure, but now that you have CGC getting in the mix, I don't think this is a bad thing. We saw this on the sports card side. I mean, CGC, look, they've got a history in comic books. They are kind of that premier grader in comic books, and so now they've also spun out into sports cards. I personally really like what they're doing in sports cards. They're still trying to pick up market share, and on the sports card side, it's tough sledding because you've got PSA that's been around for a long time. They've got a good foothold as far as their company goes, and then you also have BGS with the Beckett name that goes back decades. That's also very, very reputable. Then you have SGC, also been around for a couple of decades, and then CSG is also, they're kind of coming in as well. A big company with a lot of resources, with good name recognition in the comic book space, getting into sports cards, and I really like their cases. I think that their grading is very good, and I believe that they had hired a couple of Beckett graders away from Beckett to start their journey kind of on that sports card side. So CSG is already a favorite of mine. Even though they're still trying to build out their service, I think that they are going to be a company to be reckoned with. And I don't think this is going to be any different on the video game side with graded video games. I do think that they are going to have a foothold. They're going to carve out their niche. They're going to have people that like it. And I think there also is crossover between comic book collectors and video game collectors. So there's already kind of that name recognition there that video game collectors are going to know and probably like. The other thing I thought that was really important here in this news article that I thought was interesting, because you're always looking for like differentiators. Well, what's going to be different from CVC compared to WATA, compared to VGA, etc. They talk about here that they are going to have a superior state-of-the-art holder for video games. I think this is very important, especially in the day and age where security, technology is very important when you talk about, is someone able to crack that case and put another game in? Are they able to make adjustments to it? Are they able to copy that case and sell, fakes of it, counterfeits of it? So that's where I think security plays a big role. will CVC come with, they're claiming a superior holder. What does that mean? What does it look like from a security standpoint? Does it offer some ads, some additions, value adds? And then also from an aesthetic standpoint, is it great to display? How does it look? Will consumers like it, dislike it? Because a lot of it, it's shocking how much consumers care about just the look of a slab and a label, or a case and a label. We see that with sports cards all the time. Heated battles over whether it's a PSA case or BGS or, CGC or CSG cases. There's a lot of sports card people that aren't crazy about the CSG labels because they're green. They're kind of on the larger side. I think there's some wasted space there. I personally don't mind the green, but there's some people that do not like that CSG label, and that's a big reason why they're not necessarily traded as much as some of the other brands. So it'll be very interesting to see. I think this is exciting that we're kind of moving towards it, and CVC is looking at an early 2022 timeframe as far as getting started. So we're about 6 months out. What do you guys think? Let me know kind of your thoughts in the comments on this. Are you planning to use CVC? I guess that's what we're going to call it. Are you planning to use these guys in addition to WATA or VGA, or maybe you're moving away from WATA to a newer company like this? I want to kind of hear what your take is on it, and learn from you all as well. It's always, like I said, I got into this space, vintage video games, buying them a couple of months ago, and I've really enjoyed the ride of collecting more of the vintage stuff. I don't buy modern games. It's all of like original black box NES games. I'm also looking at maybe some Sega Genesis stuff, but for the most part, for me, the big nostalgia is in the original Nintendo games. So that's where I've been heavily focused. But guys, let me know your thoughts on this news. And if you have anything additional that you'd like to share about this company, about these companies, or maybe about Matt McClellan, his background, and why you think that's a good, it's a good hire, I would like to hear your thoughts. So anyway, thank you again very much for visiting us here today. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We will be coming out with more videos soon. Stay healthy, stay awesome, and I will talk to you again later, guys. Take care.